Once, in a big and busy city, there lived a talented painter. He had been painting since childhood, and over the years, he became famous for his beautiful and detailed artwork. People from all around the city admired his paintings. They would come to his gallery, praise his work, and some even bought his paintings for high prices. Every day he heard words of appreciation, and it seemed like everyone loved his art. But deep in his heart, the painter had a doubt. Do people really love my paintings? Or are they just being nice? He wondered. Do they say good things only to my face, but criticize my work behind my back? The more he thought about it, the more he felt unsure. The doubt started to affect his confidence. He no longer felt the same joy in painting. He wanted to know the truth, what people really thought about his work. One day, he decided to do an experiment. Early in the morning, he took one of his best paintings and placed it at a busy street corner where many people passed by. Next to the painting, he left a note that said, "If you find any mistake in this painting, please put a mark on it." Then he stepped away and watched from a distance. All day, people walked past the painting. Some stopped to look, some nodded in appreciation, but others frowned and examined it closely. As the hours passed, more and more people approached the painting. By evening, when the painter returned, his heart sank. The painting was covered with marks. Black dots, crosses, and scribbles were everywhere. It looked like everyone had found something wrong with it. The painter was heartbroken. "Maybe I'm not as good as I thought," he sighed. He quietly picked up the painting and walked home, feeling defeated. That night, he couldn't sleep. He kept staring at the painting, wondering if he should stop painting forever. The thought of all those people pointing out mistakes made him lose confidence. He stopped painting. Days passed, then weeks. The once lively and passionate artist now sat in silence, his brushes untouched, his heart heavy. One day, while wandering through the streets in sadness, he came across a wise old monk sitting under a tree. The monk noticed his troubled face and asked, "My child, what is troubling you?" The painter hesitated, but then shared his story. He explained how he had placed his painting in the street, how people had marked it with mistakes, and how he now felt worthless. The monk listened carefully, then smiled gently. "Let's try something different," he said. "Go back to the same street corner with another painting, but this time, change the note." The painter was confused, but desperate for an answer. So the next morning, he followed the monk's advice. He placed another painting in the same spot, but this time, the note read, "If you find any mistake in this painting, please correct it." Then he stepped away and waited. All day, people passed by, just like before. Some looked at the painting, some stopped to admire it, and some even smiled. The painter watched carefully, expecting to see changes on his painting. By evening, he returned with the monk. To his surprise, the painting was untouched. Not a single person had made a correction. The painter was puzzled. "Why didn't anyone fix the mistakes?" he asked. The monk smiled and said, "It's easy for people to find faults, but very few know how to correct them. Most people are quick to criticize, but only a few have the skill to actually improve what they criticize." The painter stood in silence, realizing the truth behind the monk's words. He had allowed random people's opinions to define his worth, but the real problem was not with his painting. It was with the way he had asked for feedback. People who pointed out flaws had no real understanding of art. They only criticized because it was easy to do so. The painter smiled for the first time in weeks. "I understand now," he said. He picked up his painting and walked home, feeling lighter. That night, he sat in front of his empty canvas. This time, he painted not for approval, but for the love of his art. The joy returned to his heart, and he never let unnecessary criticism stop him again. So, my friends, this story teaches us a powerful lesson. When we are on the path to success, there will always be people who try to pull us down. No matter how talented or hardworking we are, some people will always find faults in us. But remember, the ones who criticize the most are often those who cannot do better themselves. If we listen to every negative voice, we may lose confidence and stop chasing our dreams. Instead, we must focus on our journey and believe in ourselves. Surround yourself with people who genuinely support you, and never let meaningless criticism stop you from reaching your goals. Success comes to those who focus on their journey and refuse to be discouraged by meaningless negativity. Remember, don't seek validation from those who don't understand your vision. Keep moving forward, no matter what others say. Create, dream, and achieve, not for approval, but for yourself. Your journey is yours alone. Don't let the fear of criticism stop you from achieving greatness. Manifest your dream life with confidence. If this story inspired you, make sure to like the video and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Also, subscribe to the channel for more motivational stories like this. Remember, the world is waiting to see your masterpiece. So, keep believing, keep working, and most importantly, keep moving forward. I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.